Secret.
Yes, it's the last padded practice before South Carolina. I thought Sunday's practice was really good, and they get the day off on Monday, and I thought yesterday's was okay. I didn't think it was as good, and then today I thought they really competed and were physical and got after it. It's cooler right now than it's going to be Saturday, but we've been in heat. We've had 3 practices at 3:30, a couple at night, and there were times even when we were out here at 12:30 that it was a 110 heat index. So I think the guys are in shape. I know they're excited about playing and the challenge of South Carolina. So I feel good. Now this afternoon, morning practice is unique because you go in, you grade your video, you have a staff meeting at 3 o'clock, and then you're pretty much through for the day, except when guys come over because you've already met with them this morning, and you'll meet with them again in the morning. So it's been unique. It's hard for coaches to go home at night. They want to stay over there because they're supposed to. So we're trying to figure out that routine for coaches and told the guys they got to get in bed. I mean, that's very obvious with early mornings that they can't stay up.
How do you schedule your game weeks in terms of installation, polishing, those types of things?
What we do is Sunday we will clean up the South Carolina game. Tomorrow night I'll have a pregame meeting with them on Thursday night because I think they listen more on Thursday night than they do Friday or Saturday. So we'll talk to them tomorrow night about what we have to do to win the game, and then we will check those stats on Sunday. And if we check those boxes, we've won the game, and if we didn't, it's obvious that we didn't win the game. And then we'll just talk to them generally about how to handle games and emotions, and you shouldn't feel pressure if you've done everything right in practice. And that's what full speed practice is about. I just told them that a few minutes ago. If you're going game speed, every play of the game against, if you're on the blue team here and you're going against a blue team player, those players will be as good as anybody you'll play. So you shouldn't feel pressure on Saturday. You should feel you should be a little anxious because it's different, it's new, and you work all the time for a game. But you should have fun. Games should be easier and much more fun than practice.
In terms of installing a game plan, do you
Yes.
do that Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yes, we we clean up Sunday, the South Carolina game, and then we have a quick scouting report on Miami. So we'll give them that scouting report, and we'll go through some things on the field. But we'll clean up what we didn't do well and brag on them about what they did well. And then we'll go back on Monday is their day off, and then we'll have a complete game plan day Sunday night and all day Monday, and stay late Monday night. And then Tuesday you put in the game plan, and then Wednesday you clean it up. You don't put things in on Wednesday, you take things out. So if things didn't look good, you take them out. But you don't start putting things in on Wednesday, it's too late. And then Thursday you polish everything up, and Friday you have a walkthrough.
Have you noticed a significant uptick in focus this week? I mean, the guys kind of getting into game week mode?
Yes, I thought Sunday and today they were really focused. I thought yesterday there was some of both. But this bunch has tried since we've been here. You know, I expect them to play hard, and the question will be their confidence because they haven't played together as a team, and we've tried to get rid of my past, get rid of their past, and it's all about now. So if you've practiced well, you should play well. So let's start envisioning playing well, and we know it's a good opponent.
I believe you mentioned a moment ago that some of the guys would be anxious or are anxious. Does a Hall of Fame coach with your credentials get anxious at a week like this?
I get excited. I think you work so hard and so long. We've been doing this 10 months now with this team, so there's got to be some ownership, and I want to see them play. I'll tell our coaches daily. I told the players after practice today, we need the best you, and you and your coach own your responsibilities. So you got to do it, and if you don't do it, it's on you, and it's on your coach. So coach, if you're the tight end coach, Coach Brewster, your guys better play well, and you tight ends, y'all better play well. We'll check those boxes on Sunday and see who did their job and who didn't, and you need to understand that's where the pressure comes in. We just ask you to give your best at your position, then we'll be fine.
What was your first impression of Sam Howell the first time you ever met him?
When I first met Sam, he was committed to Florida State. I didn't have an offensive coordinator, so he sat there and kind of looked at me like, what are you in here for? I don't know you. You don't have an offensive coordinator, so you don't have an offense. You don't have an offensive staff, because I went there first. So why are you think I'm interested? So he kind of said in a nice, polite way, go get your staff, go get an offensive coordinator, tell me what you're going to do on offense, then I'll talk to you. But right now, I'm just going to be watching.
How have you seen him kind of earn the trust of the team and the older players to be a leader?
I think he earned it a lot this summer from just listening to him in the player-led practices. They said he works so hard, and he's in the office all the time, looking at video, and for a young guy, it's just unusual that he works so hard. But I do know we just had a leadership committee vote, and he got a lot of votes. So the team is very, very confident in him, and especially for a young guy.
Leadership committee vote for what, or what's that for?
Leadership committee is a committee that I go to and ask them certain things when I think that the team should have ownership of a decision, just like the early morning practices.
Okay.
We went to our summer leadership and said, y'all want to do this, fine. If you don't, fine. We don't care.
They voted Sam as who they voted for.
They voted a whole bunch, 21 players, and Sam was in the group.
Okay.
Coach Longo said Monday that Sam has the it factor. You've been around some it factor guys. Does he compare favorably to a lot of those guys?
I think so. He's confident in a quiet way, but he exudes that confidence to the team. And he's a risk taker. I mean, he'll have to be smart Saturday because you go back to his hometown, you play a team that he grew up watching, and he's been here 6 months. I mean, Phil's going to have to do a good job with him early in the game to help make sure that he's comfortable and sees what South Carolina's doing before we go crazy and turn him loose.
You mentioned if you're practicing hard, you should be prepared for the game, and that kind of thing. For you, how much of, I guess, a curiosity or a question in your mind of how these guys are going to respond when the lights are on? You talked about building confidence, but until they actually play a game, you don't know. And I guess, is there any way to have an idea in your mind?
No, I feel like they'll play hard because they've worked hard. They've been physical, and if you play smart, and we're doing a better job of eliminating penalties, we're doing a better job of making smart plays because we put ourselves in a lot of positions with blue versus blue. So what I've seen in practice makes me think that that'll transition into a good ball game Saturday. And they practice as hard the last play of the practice as they do the first, so they seem to be in great shape. It'll be 90 degrees, so we'll have to alternate some guys, but that's the norm anyway. But I expect them to play well. Who knows? I mean, we sit and watch Miami and Florida. I'm sure those two coaches went home and said, oh my gosh, how about all these mistakes? And then you watch Hawaii and Arizona, and you go home with the winner had 5 interceptions. I mean, you're hitting yourself in the head saying, oh my gosh, 5 interceptions. I don't want that for the year. And they won the game. So all of those things make you anxious. But we'll ask our guys to watch Clemson and Georgia Tech and put themselves in that game. And it's teachable moments. Everything that comes up in the game, how would you have handled it? How would we have handled it? And then we'll talk to them about that on Friday. And then we'll probably sit and watch half of the Wake Forest game on Friday night for the same reason. And those are great teachable moments right before the game, because if a ball's down inside the 1, if a punt catcher goes back in behind the 10 and tries to catch it, and all the things that can come up, sloppy ball control, all of those things are things that coaches will be at breakfast saying, you saw on 4th and 3 what they did, and oh my gosh, you see the guy drop the ball? You can't drop the ball. So that's kind of what comes out of watching games. At this point, cleaning things up tomorrow, being fresh, coming out with confidence, and watching the other games is about what you do.
We got time for one more. Where did the decision come to put Michael Carter and Antonio Williams at kick return? What did you like?
We feel like that every time somebody touches a ball, they should have a chance to score. And those guys handle the ball all the time. They've got really good hands. They can catch passes out of the backfield. They're tough. And I would think that Antonio Williams has probably improved as much since we've been here as any player on our team. But we talked a lot about Javonte when we got here. Michael was really fast. We talked a lot about Michael Carter. And everybody said, good leader, good guy. He's lost weight, he's lost body fat. He's much quicker and faster now than he was when we got here. And he has really put extra time into it. So we will be able to rotate those backs on Saturday, and all three of them can, be like the best player we got, the starters, and that's still our best unit because of those three. So that's why we want to put the sure-handed guys back there that can score if they touch the ball.
All right.
Anything else?
I had one.
Yes, go
What's
ahead.
your pregame hype speech kind of like? I mean, every coach is different, and you've been out 5 years. Did it Texas to Carolina? What's it like going to be this year?
Yeah, I will do all of the talking during the week, and I try to start on Sunday with a theme and build up to it. And then on Thursday, we try to hit it and put it in their brains for Saturday afternoon. And then on Saturday, mine are more exuding confidence. I want them to be confident, and I want them to bust their rear ends, and I want them to have fun.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm not a screamer to throw it. I do that when they hit somebody after a play, when they have a stupid penalty. That's when I go off. But normally, I think they need to see me as who I am. And if I change drastically between now and game time, they're going to think I'm nervous and uptight, and then they're going to get nervous and uptight. They need to know I've done this before for 31 years. I'm going to help them on the sideline. The coaches are there to help them on the sideline, and I don't want the coach's demeanor to change between now and game time. If a coach is doing his job, his demeanor on the first day of practice when we got here should be exactly like it is Saturday. Because you should be coaching game day speed every day. And you don't need to have a personality that pops out that says, oh my God, he's scared. Because they're looking at our body language to see if we're confident in them or not. And they're watching closely now. They're watching every little thing we do subconsciously. And the best thing we can do is be us. I've asked them to give me their best them. You give me your best you. That's all I want. If your best you is not good enough to beat South Carolina, we'll go to Miami. But all I want is what you got. And what we're going to do is give you the same. And I have absolutely told the coaches, you own your position. So if your position plays poorly, you coached them poorly. And I don't want anybody pointing at kids. We have not been critical of Coach Fedora and Wooden. We haven't been critical of a kid on this team, and we're not going to. They're ours. And we're going to play hard, and we're not. If I ever make an excuse, you all throw your cameras at me and hit me right in the face. Because me making excuses gives our coaches and our players an excuse to lose the game. And I don't want to do that. I mean, that's not, if I say, well, we got a bunch of guys hurt, who cares? We'll take care of the guys that are hurt, but we got to play. And South Carolina's not going to say, we'll give you 14 points because you got some guys that are out. They're not going to do that. So give me the best you got. And you should be coaching all your guys, so whoever's out there should be well coached. And we say that on Sunday. That's where it is. I mean, they don't like it, but I said that's it. So I can take your all's job. See, I'll rate them.